What is God's promise to you?
I think I mentioned, like, I tried to share the Lord with all my kids, by example, by conversation, by talking to them. And you never know when somebody's really listening, you know?
I just had no energy, no faith, nothing like that for my own self. And so it's an up and downhill battle, trying to gain some understanding of what I do now and what do I do next.
God made a promise in the darkness before dawn. A promise stronger than the struggles in life that hold us down. Stronger than failure, disappointment, the most desperate of days. But without it, we only fight a losing battle. We run until our legs give out. We struggle to survive and never really live.
You know, I think I mentioned this, like, you know, you can't imagine how a parent could go through this and survive it, because I never thought, how do you survive it? You know, and I've had people say, you know, what do you think of your God now?
And I thought, this is so screwed up. This is not right. And I went back to sleep and I tried to get some rest, and it just didn't work. I was just praying the whole time, praying that God would be with me and thinking of every scripture that I have in my arsenal of scriptures to speak to my body, to speak to my mind, to be at rest and to be at peace.
How great the chasm that lay between us, how high the mountain I could not climb. In desperation, I turned to heaven and spoke your name into the night.
Right now, more than ever, we are desperate. Desperate for something that cannot fail. Yearning for something that will not disappoint.
And I talked to God every single morning that we were down there trying to say, why? I can't make sense of this. I can't process this. How can I process this? I'm not done processing Brandon's death.
As my body wasn't healing correctly, you know, unbelief would set in. Why is this happening? All these questions. And I got very angry and knew he was there, knew he was listening. That was even more frustrating because I knew God would not leave me. But why wasn't he talking to me? Why wasn't he answering me when I needed him most?
Who could imagine so great a mercy? What heart could fathom such boundless grace? The God of ages stepped down from glory to wear my sin and bear my shame.
The cross held God's promise. His son, Jesus, but only for a few short hours. The tomb held God's promise, Jesus, but only for 3 days. Today, the darkness gives way. Today, desperation is lost. Today, life begins. What looked like a broken promise was merely a punctured body. What seemed like the death of our rescue was only a pause in the story. What felt like eternal darkness was just a moment to prepare for the dawn. Jesus, our promise, has the final say.
Then came the morning that sealed the promise. Your buried body began to breathe.
Because of the promise, we have hope. We have hope because He lives.
Out of the